What up, my friends? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we have a grocery haul for you. I managed to only spend $40 last week on regular groceries because I had spent so much at Costco and got so many good things. So when I do those bigger Costco purchases, I try my very best to keep my regular grocery bill minimal. And like the minimum I think to get a Kroger delivery is either $35 or $40, so I try to keep around that price point. $10 of that $40 went to ground turkey. So a fourth of the budget went to ground turkey, but I got 3 pounds of ground turkey, which I don't know if you guys have seen ground turkey prices lately, but it's been anywhere from like $4.99 to $6.99 per pound. So to get 3 pounds for $10, I thought was a steal. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how I took those 3 pounds of ground turkey and I made a bunch of meals with them. You could easily do this with ground chicken or ground beef if those are the ones that are on sale at your store this week. When I buy a larger amount of meat like that, I always like to split it up into 3 or 4 meals that do not have the same flavor profile. So in today's video, we're doing a turkey bolognese, we're doing feta ground turkey meatballs, and we're doing sweet and sour ground turkey in the crock pot. So it makes it so you can get a deal on the protein but not feel like you're eating the exact same thing every single day. So that's what's happening in today's video. There's a good variety. One of them is a 1 skillet meal, one of them is made in the air fryer, and the last one is made in the crock pot. So without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, my friends, we have a little Kroger haul for you. I'm actually really excited about this because this was only $40 and I feel like I got a good mixture of things. So let's start with bananas. We pretty much always need these in our house. So I got 6 bananas. I also got this little bag of Petite Gold potatoes. They were out of stock on russet potatoes because they were on sale, so I just grabbed those instead. I got a big bag of Honeycrisp apples because it was on sale for $2.99 for the whole bag, and I think it's a 3-pound bag. Yeah, 3-pound bag. Let's see, what is this called? What are these called? Strawberries. Strawberries were also on sale, so I grabbed some of those because my son loves them. This huge thing of ground turkey was $10, so it works out to like $3.33 a pound. It's not the best price I've ever seen, but I felt like it was reasonable, and I can use this across a few dinners this week. I also grabbed some ham hock. One of this is going to be for a soup that I'm going to make, and then the other one is going to go in the freezer for future soups. I grabbed some broccoli for kids meal prep, and then, you know, sides for us. A couple of limes because I have a recipe I want to try to make. We'll see if I get to it. If not, I'll just use them for something else. I got a couple bags of hearts of romaine because I am addicted to making jarred salads right now. It was about the same price as having to cut it myself, so I figured I'd just get that extra help from the store. Then ditalini is one of the easier pastas to make for smaller kids. So I grabbed 4 of those because they were on sale for $5. And then I also grabbed some mini cucumbers. Those are going to be for the salad situation. And then last but not least, I grabbed some kale because that is going to be part of the soup that I got the ham hock for. So that is everything I grabbed from Kroger. They just dropped it off. It was delivered before 8 a.m. It's just the most beautiful service ever. All right, first recipe we're sharing today is a ground turkey bolognese sauce. I have never made a bolognese because we don't ever have red wine on hand. We don't drink red wine, so it would be a waste to just use like a cup of it and then have an entire bottle. But I made a couple substitutes that worked out perfectly. The full recipe will, of course, be linked down below. It is so much easier to throw this together than I thought it would be. Truly, the most difficult part was really prepping the garlic and onion. So if you take a shortcut and grab diced onion and minced garlic at the store, this would be really dump and go 1 skillet type meal. On an unrelated but somewhat random side note, I don't feel like I talk about my pan enough. This isn't at all sponsored. I just want to say that, but I do want to share my feedback on these. I had been proudly rocking a set of pots and pans from Walmart that my husband and I acquired before marriage when we barely had 2 dimes to rub together. They were going on 15 years of use at least when we decided it was time to look into new cookware. So after some research and, of course, well-targeted ads at me, I decided to get a set from our place. It was definitely an investment, but one I would do again and again. First of all, I just love looking at them. They're very aesthetically pleasing, but most importantly, they are truly non-stick. They perform really well. And my favorite part is they don't have those little metal pieces near the handle that are super hard to clean and get food out of. I'll link them down below if you want to check them out. If you can only buy one piece, I'd say grab the pan I'm showing here. It's called the Always pan. The color options are gorgeous, and there's a big variety to match most kitchen themes. The only recipe note I want to make here is that John and I like a sweeter tomato sauce. So in this recipe, there is a tablespoon of sugar. But if you're not on the sweeter side for sauces and you like more savory, you may want to skip the sugar or maybe just do a teaspoon. But to me, the tablespoon of sugar was perfect to balance out the bitterness that comes from tomatoes. If you're new here, hi, how are you? How's the family? Thank you so much for clicking on that thumbnail. If you end up enjoying this content, I have a bunch of other videos just like it on my channel, so please feel free to check it out. And I'd love it if you'd consider subscribing before you leave. All right, let's get into those ground turkey meatballs. Okay, my friends, we are actually taking it old school with this recipe. When I first learned how to cook, this was one of the recipes that was the most requested from my friends. This was one of the first recipes where I convinced John that onions would not make him die. He's laughing in the other room. And it's one of my favorites, and we're gonna make it together today. So these are feta turkey meatballs. Now, I used to make them as feta turkey burgers, but today I'm gonna adapt it a little bit, and we're gonna make meatballs instead, and we're gonna be using the air fryer. I'm excited. So in this is a pound of ground turkey or ground turkey breast, feta cheese, an egg, some lemon zest and lemon juice, some garlic, some onion. Green Goddess seasoning is what I'm using today, but you could use anything you want. Basil, oregano, any of those type of vibes. Earthy, Italian, Greek, you guys get it. And then salt and pepper. And don't laugh at me, but I don't have any panko breadcrumbs in my pantry. And we're on a mission right now to just use what we have and make it work. So I'm just gonna be crumbling up some saltine crackers, okay? I only need a couple tablespoons, so that's what's gonna be happening. So we're gonna get this all mixed up. It's gonna be going in the air fryer. Also, as always, the recipe will be in the caption down below, so feel free to check it out there.
By the road with an ache in my head, in the wrong side of town. Left you sleeping alone in your bed. I guess I did let you down. And I wake up staying and out too late, trying to start over new. What I wanted to be never came to me. I've lost my way to you. I remember the words that you said when I pledged you my time. You would never get out of my head. You would always be mine. And I wake up, stay, and out too late, trying to start over new.
All right, you guys, last up is a sweet and sour ground turkey recipe. I made this right in the crock pot. It could easily be made on the stove, and I really think it would probably come together in like 30 to 45 minutes. You could also do it in the Instant Pot. But with the way my life is set up right now, I'm just doing anything I can in the crock pot because it's easy for me to just plop it in there and then walk away. We loved every recipe I made in this video, I promise, but this one was the clear winner. John would not stop talking about how amazing it was. The full recipe, as always, will be listed in the caption, but it has ground turkey, garlic, onion, and bell pepper. For the sweet and sour sauce, it's a combination of ketchup, shoyu, also known as soy sauce, Worcestershire, brown sugar, and rice vinegar. Trust the process on this one with the sauce, because if you do a taste test on the sauce, you're probably going to think it's not sweet enough. But then afterwards, you're adding in cherries and pineapple, which I think bring the needed sweetness to the full dish. There's also water chestnuts, which I love to give it like a little bit of a crunch, and I think it makes it a little bit different. And then for my seasonings, I did everything but the bagel, 21 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's, some ground ginger, red pepper flakes, and salt and pepper. This yielded so much, and it's perfect over rice because it's super saucy, and I bet it would be good over ramen or even like lo mein noodles too. This one is definitely going to be added to our menu rotation, and it's something I'll make when we have guests coming over for sure. All right, you guys, I appreciate you so much for spending part of your Sunday with me. I hope I delivered whatever you needed when you clicked on that thumbnail. If you have any great recipe ideas that you think I should try, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I am cooking constantly, so I'm always on the hunt for good recipes that can mix up our menu. So please let me know what you had and enjoyed this week. Thank you again for being here. I hope you have a magical day. Bye.